LeBron James' ship is sinking faster than I expected. Now we have actual NBA veterans, an two-time NBA champion, and a Hall of Famer. Two guys from the Crossover podcast, Tim Hardaway and Lindsey Hunter, actually discussing who they would take, either a prime LeBron or prime Dwyane Wade. And they go for Dwyane Wade. He's not even being compared to Michael Jordan anymore. His ship...
A Hall of Famer and two-time NBA champion just made a choice that has the basketball world arguing. When asked to pick between prime Dwyane Wade and prime LeBron James, he chose Wade without the slightest pause. No second guessing. No hesitation. Just a confident answer delivered on camera for everyone to hear. And as you can imagine, LeBron supporters are not taking it lightly. The reason this debate carries weight is simple. These are not anonymous accounts on social media. These are former NBA players who competed at the highest level and understand greatness firsthand. Now I want to hear from you. Who are you taking, prime Dwyane Wade or prime LeBron James? Drop your answer in the comments and explain why. Don't just name a player. Tell us what separates him from the other.
Having a discussion, I believe there's his son is next to him, huge LeBron fan, and he's talking to Tim Hardaway Sr., who's a Hall of Famer, great point guard of his time, over 17 points career average, over 8 assists career average. Very tough guy, played for the Golden State Warriors, Miami Heat, in those Knicks battles and rivalries and things like that. But they're discussing LeBron James and they're discussing Dwyane Wade, and they actually go into a situation where Tim Hardaway Sr. is asking a question like, who would you guys take if you had to pick? Would it be LeBron James in his prime?
Before we get into the debate itself, it's important to understand why this conversation caught so much attention. The discussion took place on the Crossover podcast and featured Tim Hardaway Sr. and Lindsey Hunter. These are not internet personalities chasing clicks or fans sharing opinions from the sidelines. These are former NBA players who spent years competing against elite talent and experiencing the league firsthand. Tim Hardaway Sr. is a Hall of Famer whose resume speaks for itself. Over the course of his career, he consistently produced as both a scorer and playmaker, averaging more than 17 points and 8 assists per game. He battled through multiple eras of NBA basketball, suited up for teams like the Warriors and Heat, and took part in some of the intense rivalries that defined the 1990s. He understands what greatness looks like because he competed against it on a nightly basis. Lindsey Hunter brings a different but equally valuable perspective. As a two-time NBA champion, he experienced winning at the highest level of the sport. He knows the sacrifices, mentality, and leadership required to build a championship team. He has shared locker rooms with elite players and seen firsthand which traits translate into winning when the pressure is at its highest. That's what makes their opinions stand out. When players with that level of experience speak on basketball, people pay attention.
Every one of my favorite players had to see LeBron as the boss. It was like a video game, me watching this.
A lot of them sweat LeBron.
First of all, you were a D Wade fan before LeBron.
Who did he have to go see?
They were playing together.
Yeah, but before that, D Wade had won a championship already.
Let me ask you
averaged 33 in the finals.
Let me ask you this. Prime D Wade or prime LeBron?
Prime LeBron.
Ooh, I don't know. Prime D Wade was 30 points a game.
33 points a game.
Prime D Wade was a
He
monster.
was Flash. Prime D Wade is the third greatest shooting guard of all time. Behind Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Let's not stop this propaganda.
Prime D Wade.
Prime Flash was a monster.
Ooh, wait, say that again, OG?
I said I'm taking Prime Flash over Prime D Wade. Prime.
You gotta clip this.
He can't even say it right. He can't even say it right. It was such blasphemy.
OG taking Prime D Wade over Prime LeBron. I'm taking.
It was Flash. Dwyane Wade was called the Flash. Scoring 33 or 30 points a game in the playoffs and whatever it might be. In the finals against the Dallas Mavericks, he was actually scoring like 34.8, which was insanity. Much smaller player than LeBron, but he was just so explosive.
Before LeBron fans completely lose their minds over that answer, it's worth taking a closer look at why it may not be as outrageous as it sounds at first. Once you move past the narratives, the endless debate shows, and the years of coverage that have kept LeBron at the center of every basketball conversation, the comparison starts to look a lot different. When you focus strictly on what Dwyane Wade was at the peak of his powers, the discussion becomes far more legitimate than many people want to admit. We're not talking about a ridiculous hot take or an attention-seeking opinion. We're talking about a genuine basketball debate involving two all-time great players at their absolute best. In fact, the reaction to the comparison may be more revealing than the comparison itself. The reason some people treat the discussion like it's off-limits is because LeBron's place in the basketball hierarchy has been reinforced for so long that any challenge to it immediately feels controversial. But when experienced basketball minds are willing to make that choice without hesitation, it suggests there is more nuance to the conversation than many fans are comfortable acknowledging. Whether you agree or disagree, comparing prime Wade to prime LeBron is not basketball blasphemy. It's a debate that deserves to be taken seriously.
He's done that here in the first quarter. Alley-oop to Wade. Oh, beautiful turnaround from Wade.
Oh, baby. How about a 360 in the air because the pass...
When people hear prime Dwyane Wade, many of them picture the later stages of his career. They remember the veteran version of Wade, managing injuries, taking on a smaller role, and eventually coming off the bench during parts of his final seasons. That is not the player Tim Hardaway Sr. and Lindsey Hunter were talking about. They were talking about Flash at his absolute peak. The explosive superstar who took over the biggest stage in basketball and delivered one of the most memorable finals performances the league has ever seen. Think back to the 2006 NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. Miami found itself in a deep hole after dropping the first two games of the series. The pressure was mounting, and the Heat needed someone to change the direction of the matchup. According to the story often told from that run, Shaquille O'Neal recognized the moment and understood that the team needed Wade to become the focal point. From there, Wade elevated his game to another level entirely. He attacked relentlessly, lived in the paint, forced the defense into impossible situations, and seemed to make every crucial play when Miami needed it most. Night after night, he played with a sense of urgency and confidence that completely shifted the momentum of the series. His scoring exploded, his aggression never slowed down, and his ability to deliver in pressure-packed moments became the defining story of the finals. The Mavericks had no answer for him. Every big possession seemed to end with Wade finding a way to impact the game, whether through scoring, drawing contact, or creating momentum-changing plays. By the end of the series, Miami had completed the comeback and captured the championship. Wade was unquestionably the driving force behind it. That championship run cemented his reputation as a player capable of carrying a team on the sport's biggest stage. And when Hardaway and Hunter talk about choosing Wade over LeBron, this is the version they are talking about. Not the aging veteran people remember from his final years, but the electrifying superstar who looked unstoppable when the lights were brightest.
LeBron has longevity.
Let's go to longevity.
Longevity.
Sure.
Let me ask you this. Prime D Wade or prime LeBron?
Prime LeBron.
Ooh, I don't know. Prime D Wade was 30 points a game.
33 points a game.
Taking prime D Wade.
Ooh, wait. Say that again, OG.
I said I'm taking prime Flash over prime D Wade. Prime.
You gotta clip this.
He can't even say it right. He can't even say it right. It was such blasphemy.
OG taking prime D Wade over prime LeBron. How people gonna say you saying prime? You saying the Hall of Famer that is, some people Glazers, LeBron fans gonna say you taking prime D Wade over prime LeBron, they gonna murder you.
That's okay.
What makes this debate interesting is that it goes beyond talent and gets into mentality. The argument from Tim Hardaway Sr. and Lindsey Hunter wasn't just about skills or statistics. It was about how players respond when everything is on the line. They pointed to the version of Dwyane Wade who embraced the pressure, took control of the biggest moments, and delivered when his team needed him most. That mindset is a major reason they made their choice. Hardaway also had a message for fans upset by the discussion. His view was simple: He's a Hall of Famer, he's spent a lifetime around the game, and people are free to disagree, but they shouldn't act like the conversation is outrageous. That's what makes this story bigger than just Wade versus LeBron. More former players and respected basketball voices are becoming comfortable sharing opinions that don't automatically place LeBron at the top of every debate. Whether you agree or not, their opinions carry weight because they've lived the game at the highest level. In the end, a Hall of Famer and a two-time champion both chose prime Dwyane Wade over prime LeBron James without hesitation. That doesn't end the debate. It only makes the conversation more interesting. Now it's your turn. Who are you taking, prime Wade or prime LeBron?